Well, I found a new guide to Gen Z talk. It's an article I saw in Forbes yesterday, and it's a guide for old farts like me on words that Gen Z use. Now, before I begin, don't take this as me telling you to go and use these words, because if you're my age and you start talking about, oh, that's so clutch, then it is the cringe. Oh, I'm cringing already. You know, you just feel like your shoulders like, ugh. Yeah, don't do that, because, I mean, it's the equivalent of, do you remember when your mum used to dance in front of you and you're a kid and you'd be like, oh my God, Mum, don't do that. Really embarrassing. That's what the Gen Z would say. In fact, they'd probably call it cringe. Now, some of them, you can kind of like infer what they actually mean, or they are sort of one of them I think comes back from 1911 Jazz Trio or something who started using it, but there are some which are genuinely confusing. So you've probably all heard of, if someone said something sus, then you know, Leanne, what would you guess that would be?
Suspicious. Suspect.
Exactly. If someone says someone gives you the ick.
Oh, just like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't want to be around it.
Exactly. So these are like pretty obvious ones. One which I've heard Leanne use recently is they understood the assignment. Now, but here's a few of them that I hadn't come across. Lee, have a go at these.
Okay.
If someone says, oh, yeah, no cap, what do you think they'd say? What do you think they mean?
No cap.
So they might say, this is a really good piece of software, no cap.
Is in like they've got no kind of skin in the game. They've got no like bias towards it. Like it's an independent review.
Yeah, now I would never have got this. Apparently.
Is that right?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not. But I'm trying to make you feel better about getting it wrong, because I never would have got this either.
Okay.
It's not lying. So when you say it's a great piece of software, I'm not lying, you can also, Gen Zs will say no cap. No idea where that came from.
But we don't know the root of it, like the cap.
I should really have done some research on this beforehand, I think, on that one. If someone said, oh, yeah, that slaps, what do they mean?
That slaps. Must be like it's good, like slap on the thigh, kind of like woo.
Yeah, that means that's good. So if someone said to me, my shoes slap, I'd be expecting that there's something wrong with them and they need to go get fixed. But actually what they mean is, you got nice shoes. If someone says stan, now I don't know the context of quite how you might say this, but stan, what would they be saying if they said stan?
The only reference I can think of, like, is in the world of pop culture, which also shows how freaking old I am, is Eminem Stan, like the song, and he was a little bit troubled. So is it somebody that's a bit having troubles, having challenges?
No, it actually means you support something. So I'm wondering if it's like stand behind, you know, like Riz came from charisma.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like stand behind something, stan.
These kids just not got the time to use a full word.
They're busy people.
Busy people.
They're all bragging about how busy they are. Leah, if I said you were Delulu, what would you mean? What do you think I meant?
Delulu?
Yeah.
Random, crazy.
No, it means delusional.
Delulu?
Delulu means delusional. Oh, he's just Delulu here. We thinks we're going to get this project done by Monday. He's Delulu.
Okay, delusional.
The next one's a little bit slightly concerning. If you're having a mentee B, what would you be having?
A mental breakdown?
Yes.
Excellent.
But what I think...
I was such a mentee B today.
I think what this doesn't literally mean you are having a terrible breakdown. I think this is more like, oh, I had a bit of a mentee B this morning.
As in like you forgot something, you stopped functioning, kind of, yeah.
Exactly. It's more humorous.
Yeah.
And finally, if someone said, that's so clutch, and I'm pretty sure you've heard of this. I've heard it, didn't really know what it meant.
I don't know. I had no idea.
Well, apparently it means it's good. So something is good, but
clutch.
It comes from, I think, sports, from the 80s in the sports, where they clutched a victory at the very last minute. So generally speaking, probably the proper way to say it is if someone brought it back at the last minute, that's so clutch because they clutched it. But if you're a Gen Z listener and I've got that wrong, then please tell me, because I'm just going off the research I did quickly.
Yeah, we'll tell you what, we'll clip this up on YouTube Shorts or something and do one of what do the kids call it, a remix or whatever you call it, and just tell us how old and ridiculous we are. That would be helpful.
That would be clutch. So
that'd be Stan.
I don't think
Who's Stan?
I don't think you're using that word. That word doesn't mean what you think it means. Anyway, so there you go. You can now talk like a Gen Zer, although don't if you're not a Gen Zer, because you will look like an idiot.